Hey folks, it's Rod with Power Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community. Today is Friday, August 4th. Happy Friday. Hope you're doing awesome and hope you had a great week. In this video, we're going to be discussing Organigram stock. There's some new products from them. They're slim style pre-rolls. We're going to discuss all that and more. We'll look at the chart as well, what to expect in terms of technicals and price action in the days, weeks, months ahead. Before we get to it though, make sure to smash the like, help support me in the channel. And then if you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, and that way it'll notify you on any future live streams or when I post a new video. Speaking of posting a new video, I did a couple of videos recently, but this one was very interesting. Kronos Group, who will buy Kron? So Tilray Brands has emerged as the front runner. There's a rumor going around, and then also Cureleaf had expressed interest in buying Kronos. So just make sure to check that out if you haven't seen it already. That is definitely a must-see video. So here's the news directly from Organigram. So Organigram launches new tube-style pre-rolls, shred darts, and holy smokes. And you might be looking at this and you might say, holy smokes, that looks like something we've seen before, right? And it's exactly what I was thinking as well. The Reddies from Redecan, they were the first original straight pre-roll. And the slim style, they look like cigarettes type format joint. So this isn't new. We know that Tilray has the Rip and Dartz. They have collaboration. Now that they own HEXO, they indirectly own Redecan through that subsidiary, right? So HEXO owned Redecan, and then Tilray just acquired HEXO. So now they're just following the leader, right? And this happened with Oxley. Oxley has the back 40s. It's a similar type, but it was 10 times 0.35 grams. And these are both Shred Darts and Holy Smokes come in 10 times 0.4 gram packs and are rolled with 100% organic hemp paper, providing a more natural and elevated MJ experience. And we know that HEXO had said, I believe it was on my interview actually with the CEO and CFO, they had said that they're going to be coming out with a new hemp paper format in the Reddies. So it's hard to say if this is coming from, if this was, a white label, or if they're collaborating with Tilray or HEXO and now Tilray. Hard to say. I'm going to see if I can find out for sure, but I don't know. I'm speculating that it's not though. The new Redecan technology has the new filter on it as well, and inhalation technology. These look like to be the old style ones, but we know that Oxley has the back 40s, and they're not using, to my knowledge, that's their own technology. And now it looks like, and if I had to guess, I would say that Organigram has its own technology similar to Oxley. I don't think it's using the Redecan pre-roll ready technology. And if you bought the Oxley back 40s, you can tell that they're not as good quality. Whenever I bought some, one time I went to pick one out, and a quarter of the J had lost a quarter of what was in it, and that's because it wasn't compacted properly and it just didn't have the exact technology. So Redecan pre-rolls and the Reddies were the first original straight pre-roll, and they have innovated ever since, and it's just a follow the leader type game, right? Once it's like a domino effect, right? Game theory playing out. Once one introduces a new style product or service, then it's just the rest follow, right? And it's just game theory playing out, and the success of these have been extremely popular. They're not allowed in the Quebec market because of the resemblance to cigarettes, but pretty much everywhere else they are. Actually, my mom bought a couple packs of the Redecan ones from I think it was Blueberry OG. It was like 25.6%, and brought them home for my brother. So here's the article. So it's crafted using the state-of-the-art high-speed Cantos tube styling rolling machine. So as far as I'm aware, the Cantos tube style rolling machine is not what Redecan uses. So it must be a third party. And if we just go on here and Google that real quickly on the fly. Yeah, so you can see here Cantos Custom Cones USA. So Cantos automated pre-roll machine for cigarette style tubes. So they basically just invested in one of these, right? So like I said, I don't think by the looks of it, they're not getting this from HEXO or from Tilray. So again, I'll try to reach out to Organigram as well, try to have them on for an interview, but I'm not sure if that's what Redecan uses or not. But again, this would be a question that we'll try to get answered here in the future. But as far as I'm aware, I'm like 99% sure that they just bought their own machine and they're doing it themselves. But we'll see what kind of quality. I'll be doing some reviews on it in the future. But if anybody does try these, let me know in the comments below what you think of the quality and overall just comparison to the Redecan Reddies. But it's complemented by cutting-edge packaging capabilities. Organigram today, August 2nd, is one of the small number of licensed producers in Canada that possesses the equipment and expertise to manufacture the sophisticated tube-style pre-roll format. Over the past year, tube-style pre-rolls have experienced a remarkable surge in Ontario, witnessing a 113% increase in the number of SKUs since last year. Additionally, the sales of tube-style pre-rolls are nearly 4 times higher than per SKU when compared to joints, and 3 out of the top 5 best-selling SKUs are tube-style. And I don't know about you guys and gals, but I went and purchased some of the Good Supply pre-rolls from Tilray. It's no wonder they bought HEXO, because the pre-rolls were terrible. Like, they didn't even burn halfway through. It was just terrible technology. The filter would get the resin would build up on the filter, and I couldn't even inhale. I basically had to just, deal with it. And halfway through, I'd kind of, just put it out and bust it up again and, use it in some other form of medium. But in that J format, it's hard to imagine a company that's worth over $2 billion that just couldn't roll a good J. And then no wonder they bought HEXO, 100% MJ focused company with the amazing pre-rolls and those tube style, slim style, cigarette shaped ones that, like you say, the growth has been staggering, right? And that's just in Ontario, and they're all over the place here in Alberta and Western Canada as well. But we'll take a look at the chart here. So ever since we had the split, it's just been tough times for Organigram and the rest of the MJ sector, really. But we're starting to see some momentum switch back to the bulls here, and we're leading into the fall where we could potentially see safe banking. So in about 5 weeks after the Congress recess, they should come back, and they're going to be making a hard push for safe banking. We could potentially get rescheduling as well. October will be the 1 year mark for HHS being summoned by Biden to go out and do a review of this. And we could get legalization of medical as well. But if we take a look from the February 2021 highs to the low here, we're now down over 95%. And pretty much all MJ down 80, 90%. And we're starting the monthly bounce here last month. It's a monthly inside bar at the moment. So I would expect us to continue the monthly bounce here over the next few months. It's impossible. I said for a while now that it's possible that we go sideways, and then the potential for one more leg down, meaning another monthly lower low. But I think the most likely scenario is that we see sideways action and that we hold the lows, and then leading into the fall, we get either rescheduling to Schedule 3, descheduling. I don't think that's the most likely. I think Schedule 3, that will solve the 280E tax burden. As long as it's not Schedule 1, Schedule 2, that'll solve 280E. More than likely see uplisting to the NYSE and the NASDAQ for the US MSOs onto the NASDAQ and the NYSE. And then this is going to completely send the markets into euphoric, parabolic, upside. So I'm looking at the fall, so leading into September, October, where we're potentially going to be starting a whole new bull market. And something that we need to see is monthly uptrends across the sector, right? We started the monthly bounce, but now we need the monthly high, higher low, and higher high. And we not just on Organigram, we need that in the whole space. And then something else that we're looking for is 2 or more weekly candle closes over this EMA 26. You can see here we had a bull cross of the exponential moving average, the shorter term below the longer term, in this case the 12 and the 26 period. We had a bull cross, we saw tons of upside. Shorter term above the longer term cross, we saw tons of downside, right? Just from that cross occurring, price dropped 87%. Now we're seeing the flip side of this, where we're seeing a bull cross form again. And here's the thing, we're down way more than we were the last time the bull cross happened. And look at the amount of upsides. We're down 68% from the lows of the last time it went up, parabolic move, and almost 600% of gains, right? So this time, imagine if we go back to those highs, that's about 20x, right? So 2,000% gains. And again, just because we were there before doesn't mean we have to go there, but if we were there, there's no reason why we can't get there. But what I'm looking for across the whole sector is 2 or more weekly candle closes above that white line, EMA 26 on the weekly. You can see here we got above it, we close 1, then right back down. Here, resistance again. So we haven't closed 2 or more candles, even here, 1, and then right back down again. So as soon as we lost it and confirmed it as resistance, we haven't closed 2 or more candles above that line. So that's what I'm watching for. If you're looking for a long-term entry and you want to be conservative, maybe you wait for 2 candle closes over that resistance, right? And that's sitting right now at 211 USD. But I mean, just to get back to that, you're looking at about a 44% move. But you might be willing to forfeit 44% to be confident that the bottom is in. And then if we can get 2 candle closes or more above that white line on the weekly time frame, and then monthly uptrends, and then we're seeing this across the whole sector as well. We're looking at the 10-week moving average here. We need to get above it at 156. We can close the week. We're looking really good above that here by the end of the day today. Probably not going to be today, but anything's possible. More than likely next week or the week after that, I would think. but we're starting to see a bull cross on the stochastic and the MACD, so that's looking really, really good. 2 out of the rare 3 are extremely bullish, and then we got some runway there to the 50 weekly moving average at 293, and then we're looking for golden crosses across the sector as well. We still got a ton of work to do here. We're still below the 50-day moving average, so we need to get above it, confirm it as support, and then trend back towards the 200-day moving average, and then we need to see the 50-day cross with the 200. That'll be a golden cross, right? When the shorter term is below the longer term. Back here it was a death cross, and we saw 95% downside. Now we're seeing the flip side, where the 50 days below the 200 and the crosses, that's a golden cross, whereas this was a death cross, and we can likely see a ton of upside from here. So again, watching that across the sector, watching weekly EMA 26 for at least 2 or preferably 3 candle closes on the weekly time frame over that EMA 26, that white line, watching for the golden crosses across the sector, watching for monthly uptrends as well. And we need it in the US producers, American producers, we need it for the Canadian producer, we need it for retailers in the US and Canada, and ETFs in the US and Canada. Then we can be confident that this multi-year bear market is over and that we're potentially entering a new multi-year bull market and testing 52-week highs and potentially all-time highs. But going down to there, let me know what you think of these new pre-rolls, and if you do try them, let me know what you think of them in terms of quality in comparison to the Redecan Readies. But going into there, always love hearing from you. We'll continue the conversation in the comments section below. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you on the next video. It's Rob with the Power Group. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth.